Moving on to the next topic, we'll talk about how to save money selling on Amazon marketplaces. So we'll start with Hi, if you can kind of share your input there as to what you can share with the audience in regards to trying to save some money also, as well as trying to make money selling on Amazon.
Right. I mean, I think the right question here is like how to really maximize the profits, because there are two ways of doing that. Either you reduce your operational costs or you increase your profits per item per transaction, and that's what I've been working on for the last couple of years, because I think that to start selling on Amazon is easy. To make money, real money, is really hard. Like Amazon is just showing you that revenue, like, oh, you're great revenue, great revenue. And then you just look at your expenses and it's like, wow, Amazon is taking most of the the money back from you in some different ways. So it's important to look at the operations, make sure that, I think, make sure that you are working with really like the top quality virtual assistants or top quality people. I would recommend, don't work with like 10 people that are like half good. Like just get two people that are really great, in your teams, because I really don't see the quantity really helps that much. Okay, so that will be one saving. Number two, and that's how like we developed our EVA platform. It's very much about like, for example, a task of replenishment can be done in our platform in almost like 30 seconds, which can, if it's done manually, it will be like 4 or 5 days of work, every month or every week to just understand like what are the products to be restocked. So it's important to use the software to replace a lot of things that are done manually, and that's what we are trying to do, and have the right people to, good quality people to work with, and I think that will be important. Now, the other thing is like not only the software will help to automate processes like replenishments or reimbursements, but also and one of the key point is the reimbursements. Like for example, like we do more than $500,000 of reimbursements, which means that we look at the Amazon transactions, find the anomalies, and report it back manually, and get what the sellers already owe uh, uh, from Amazon. Like this is 2 to 3%. Like at this moment, we are at statistically 2.4% of the monthly revenue we can recover, which is a huge amount of money. It's just like profit. So that's something that I recommend every seller is looking into that. And maybe a last one is the pricing. Many of the resellers, they know about like pricing is extremely important, and to use a pricing management to maximize the profit and get the buybacks. That's very important for resellers. But when I talk to private labels, Amazon has like more than 400 brands. All of them are dynamically priced. So even for the private labels, it is important to know what is the best price at what time, like what's the today's price, tomorrow's price. It all changes with Amazon brands. It's the same with the private labels. They can also use that, private label pricing. So a combination of automated restocking, automated pricing management and dynamic pricing, and making sure the reimbursements are there, that can easily bring like a great saving, as well as an additional 15 to 25% profits.
Great. Yeah, that's some really good points there. I think at the end of the day, it's not just about revenue, it's about how profitable you are, and then where you're looking to find ways to claw in some savings through the activities, and then through the buy box and all those different areas to make sure you're staying competitive and getting the traffic. And some great points there. Zane, if you want to go next as to what are ways where businesses can scale, grow, but also try and save where possible. as well. Yeah.
I love saving money, and as much I love making money, I love saving money more than that, with open transparency. My dad
Yeah.
used to say, "It doesn't matter how much you make; it matters how much you save." And it's a really good thing. Uh, I truly believe that you don't make profit by selling the product. You actually make profit when you buy the product. Uh, I negotiate really hard when I buy a product to sell on Amazon, because I know this is where my saving is as compared to when I will sell the products. If I can source cheaper, I can make more profit. Then obviously the next step is something who is selling on Amazon. It will be shipping. I would rather wait more, but I will use sea shipping because the cost is probably 100 times cheaper as compared to air shipping. The next thing will be I try my best to keep really familiar with whatever is going on in the market, because as I give an example about the cover for the A tag, I didn't even run a PPC on it as well. So by being familiar with what market is asking for there, that will be a great way. And obviously, I love numbers. I love analytics. I mean, I spend hours and hours of looking through those things. Going in a seller dashboard and looking at my conversion rate and all those kind of things as well. There are many tools which can be really effective. I always say, as Hai said as well, in my opinion on it, if I can do something like a DIY it and I spend 9 hours on it in a day just to save little money on it, that I don't want to buy that tool. I would rather spend £10 and save a lot of time, because I know my time is more valuable than. So, but sometimes we have this thing. Okay, I don't want to subscribe to this tool. It's a monthly cost, or this. At the end of the day, you actually save time and you save more money. So by wrapping up the things, like if there is a tool out there, if there are the services out there which can save you tons of time, which you will be spending by yourself. You're going to be spending a lot of time, and your time is very valuable. You can spend your time somewhere else, and you can probably will be able to make more profit out of your time. I will go ahead and I will take those tools, and I will never really hesitant to really subscribe to any tool or anything, like any services or any platform, because I know at the end of the day I'm going to be saving money.
Sure.
Yeah, that's all for me.
Cool. Yeah, I think saving money is as important as making money, right? Because if you don't save it, then then it might not be around later. But yeah, no, some great points. Ryan, did you have anything else to
add? Not particularly so much from saving money standpoint. I guess just calculating costs. It's really, really easy to calculate costs on Amazon. The costs that you have are quite simple. There's only 5 or 6 of them. And just calculate them when you start. Know what your sale price is going to be. Calculate your costs. And just be realistic with yourself. I see too many people see an average price on Amazon of, say, £12 to £15, and they calculate their cost and then choose their price to give them that margin. So they want 30%, they'll calculate their cost to be £13. Okay, perfect. I'll sell it for 19, then I have my profit margin, and don't actually then think about selling that product for £19 in a £15 market. I think you've got to be price competitive. I just think you've got to be very realistic when calculating your costs in the first place, which isn't too hard. So a lot of people kind of kid themselves when they go for margin calculations, because they get very emotionally invested in their product. They contact suppliers to do the research. They really want to do this product, and they try and make the numbers work to do that product. I mean, you should always just go with the numbers and never get emotionally attached to a certain product.
Some great points there as well. Yeah, I think naturally it's use case dependent, by having key practices in place and being structured as to how one can go about saving those costs through the different mechanisms you mentioned is some great points. And Sadiq, if you can add your closing remarks in regards to this topic, please.
Yeah, so one variable is the cost of acquisition of a customer. That's a huge, like Zain said, he found out a way, like a larger cable, and Ryan said, no, it's a very high risk. Here's a sneaky, don't tell anyone, just use it for yourself, okay? First of all, get all the possible tools. Starts with eva.guru by Hai. Okay, just 100%. I have seen it, it works. It's amazing. Number one, get all the tools. It will save you money and time and effort and predictability. On the top of it, when you're introducing a new product, there's not enough data in the tools because of the new post-COVID. There are so many new things that are happening. There's not enough history. Here's a sneaky way and a very cost-effective way. Imagine Google AdWords in 2001 and 2002 when there was a 1 cent a click. I used it for very large scale at the time. That's available right now. Can you imagine? It's available right now for 1 cent. Not even, sometimes less than a cent. Imagine your new product, whatever the idea you have, and there's not enough data. You can create your own customer base right on the fly. It will show up on every TV, connected TVs, like the little company called Netflix, Hulu, or Amazon Prime. All those, we are smart TVs. Your ad can appear as seen on TV 5,000 times a month, 10,000 times a month, 100,000 times a month, all over the world, wherever you're focusing on. And it is a very fraction of a price what you're trying to do it on PPC and wherever. Okay, on Amazon ads, Google ads, Facebook ads, everywhere, hands down, it will be 10 cents per dollar thing. That's a much huge difference. From there, take a call to action, seen on TV 10,000 times a month, 100,000 times a month. Call to action is text me on this number. Now you got their cell phone numbers. Okay, there you're getting a text, and from there, push them to your social media pages, TikTok, wherever, because that's where you're doing live and engaging with them, like Ryan and Zan and everybody else is doing. Now you're going to demonstrate and create influence, and their social media algorithm will create your bigger influence, and then from there push to your influencer page on Amazon. Now you can track all the way how much you're converting that one, to end, with the absolutely fraction of the cost what you would do it in any other marketing. Try it out, provided your business is creating an ad for a TV and a distribution all to end is a very, very fraction of a cost of any traditional TV or even traditional PPC. This is the first time I ever exposed this idea on a public platform. We have been using it. We never discussed it outside.
Very interesting. I think naturally with the digital marketing in the last decade that it's dominated, people forget the other methods that were there before. And, it's quite interesting, some of those numbers on a monthly basis, if you look at the ad spend. And in terms of perhaps there are other ways where one can get more exposures, different types of exposure where other competitors are not there. So yeah, some great points there is to not just always, I guess, look at one avenue or two avenue or three, maybe completely look at where everybody else is not even thinking about. Great, interesting for sure. Thanks guys for sharing your perspectives. Moving to the next topic, going global, how to grow and scale your business globally. So that's, I guess, everyone's dream. I think it's been mine anyway. I think most businesses dream to do so. However, picking the right places, picking the right territories, picking the right product fit is, of course, a huge challenge. And then of course, there's various other things too. So Hai, if you want to just share your perspective as to going global and selling products across different territories, what would be your perspective and guidance you can share?
Yeah, of course. So first of all, Amazon.com or US market is the largest. So if you're not selling on Amazon.com, it's the easiest way to start as a second market. Like if you're in UK or any other place, I always recommend that it's not that difficult. Because now Amazon FBA is fully, very much like working on in US. So if you can just get like a prep center, or even you can the sellers can directly send the items to Amazon warehouse also as a starting point, and then maybe find a 3PL to make the process even more efficient. But selling in US, with FBA should be a great option. Well, of course, if the audience is already selling in US and going for the expansion to the next market, Europe is great. And the beauty of Europe, excluding UK, by the way, I mean, that's, I don't know the political thing, but the thing is, because UK is not a part of EU, but we see all our customers they just go and right now Germany is very popular. They just like, push things to Germany, the Amazon warehouse, and then Amazon is distributing to all Italy, Spain, even Poland, Sweden, France, and all to Netherlands and all this market. So it's a great population, a great diversity. So I would go for that, and of course the UK, and then move to the Asian markets as well, which is getting better and better all the time. So yeah, that will be my first, like, a pragmatic strategy. And Amazon FBA is allowing really the full distribution almost everywhere. So that's really a great way to sell globally.
Yeah, for sure. I think with a lot of new advents and changes in marketplaces, opening up different territories has become a lot easier than before. But then, as you mentioned, I think there's various opportunities, not just Europe or North America. There's also Asia too. It's just about what's the right product fit, where you can be finding new opportunities where your customers are and competitors are maybe not. Ryan, what are your perspectives as to trying to grow global, especially now for the British sellers with Brexit? It's kind of made things a little bit tricky in terms of accessing Europe, but I guess there's always other countries.
Yeah, it's definitely become more difficult since Brexit. Before, it was literally the click of a button, you're in Europe, and it's going on quite smoothly. Now there's obviously different steps with getting VAT registered in certain European countries and having to directly ship into Europe to do pan-EU from Europe, where previously you could disperse from UK to all of Europe. In terms of kind of expanding globally, I would still probably recommend people, if you're in the UK, to expand to EU, just purely because I think it's still the easiest one to kind of go to first before going overseas to the US. The US is no doubt a bigger market, but I think for the ease of expanding to Europe with a few clicks and getting VAT registered, it's still quite easy to expand. It's still a very big market in all of Europe, and you can kind of manage it all from the one seller central still. So it's quite intuitive to move to EU and have it all in one place, and then obviously move to the US after that. But it's just whatever people feel is best for them, whatever best for their product. Yeah, just go with that.
Yep, definitely. There's different opportunities, and then when things get harder, doesn't mean there's things are impossible. There's still solutions that are there, and I guess it's up to the business owner to make those decisions and to take that big move wherever the product's right, and the research has been done and the planning is as well as it can be as well. Zane, if you can go next.
So going international is really dream. I mean, we can't really go international much nowadays, but obviously we can send and sell our products internationally. Going global, obviously, if US is a bigger market, in Europe, obviously Germany is a lot bigger market. It's great to sell in those markets, and it's just simple as you will be taking more swings, and chances are you're going to get more revenue at the end of the day. But my opinion will be, obviously, there are more consumers, but there are markets which are growing at the moment, and the competition is a lot less there. So, for example, Amazon was planning to launch in Netherlands. I'm not sure if they have done it yet.
Yeah, active in Netherlands.
Yeah, so it's a great market. And the other day I was reading a survey in which they were saying in Netherlands, the fastest they can get their package delivered is still about 2 to 3 working days, and I think an only reason is because they don't have a lot of sellers at the moment, and they don't have a lot of logistics in place where they can deliver the parcel next working days. I mean, so it's the thing is, like, market is growing day by day. Other than America, UAE is a recently new market. Saudi Arabia is a new market, like for the Amazon as well. These markets are really going to do tremendously, really well over the period of time. So going global again, it's subjective to the products that you are selling as well. But definitely, if you're a seller living in UK, I am personally thinking to at least sell in another European country, so that will give me access across the Europe, because, like, we are not in Europe anymore. So again, it's very subjective to the products that you're selling, how appealing they are to the international buyers, as well as I will personally look into the market, which are really growing, and the growth will be really tremendous over the coming years.
Yeah, definitely. There's tons of opportunity, guys. And then, yeah, dream and dream big. And there's, as you mentioned, Netherlands, that could be a very interesting market for sure as well. I didn't even know they opened up in Netherlands. So that's something new you learn every day, I suppose. And Sadiq, if you want to add your final remarks in this topic as to going global.
World is a global village, and this is true right now because we can't really travel much. So you have to go to that village yourself. Here's how you do it: find a local influencer in that country, where that place, and combine with the connected premier, I said, streaming ads. You will dominate it. Everybody will know about your product. Simplest, easier way. And of course, you have to follow the tools which are available to get all the data, and follow the local laws and everything. This is how you can get the expert tools, expert opinion, expert help wherever it's possible, and combined with the cost of acquisition of a customers to the lowest possible. So that way you can become a local brand almost unfair advantage instantly.
Very interesting, for sure. Yeah, some great points, guys. Thanks for sharing all your insights and the perspectives.